To be honest, I mean, it wasn't that hard to just focus on the Denver game, considering our last matchup with them at Denver didn't go so well. And we knew, I mean, coming in, they're one of the best offensive teams in the Summit League. So I think that was something we were really focusing on, especially on the defensive end. And now it's time to look to state. But I think, yeah, all this week it was the first focus was on Denver.
What were they doing defensively inside? It seemed like you guys were having trouble there, at least in the first half, to get it inside, but you kept going at it. Is it easy to keep pounding away in there instead of settling across their fences?
I mean, they switched up the defense a couple times, and I think, you know, sometimes it's difficult to recognize what they're in. It kind of threw us for a loop a little bit. And they also did, yeah, collapse really hard on the inside. So it took us a little bit to kind of get our bearings with that and move the ball a little bit more quickly. But I think in the second half we sort of hit our stride with that and getting the inside-out game going.
Was it frustrating, I guess, was what I was trying to ask that. I did a terrible job. Was it frustrating at all there when they are sealing everything off and trying to get like 3 blocks in the first quarter?
I mean, it's pretty frustrating when you catch it in the post and then you get, you know, triple teamed. But, yeah, it's just kind of something that we knew that they were going to do coming into the game, but I think it was even more intense than we were maybe expecting.
What kind of adjustments did you guys make in the second quarter, you know, to get going, especially on training using that?
I think Coach just said, you know, move the ball, keep shooting shots at the ball. So, yeah, not much, just kind of played our game.
Probably get one then.
Yeah.
And what were you feeling in that first half? You know, granting your first 4 shots, all from 3-pointers. What were you feeling there?
You know, the first couple went in, so I was just like, well, shoot it, I guess. I don't know.
Were you guys expecting that type of physicality? It seemed like the refs were playing you a little bit. Did that take some getting used to, or were you kind of ready with that mentality coming in?
I mean, you know, it's a little bit different game to game, but we knew that they were a really physical team. It was the same way up in Denver. But, I mean, I think probably both our teams like it when they let us play a little bit more, you know. We can kind of get it going down low. But, yeah, it was a really physical game. They're a really physical, athletic team.
Defensively, what adjustments did you make from this versus the first time we played?
Well, the first time we played them, they shot lights out, so that was one key area that we had to focus on, make sure we were out on shooters, and also they set a lot of ball screens, so we made sure that we stayed tight to rollers and just kind of took away their actions, I guess.
You don't have to say much about it. We all know it's at stake Sunday. Now you guys can actually think about it. So what's your mindset going into that game?
I mean, it's a really fun game. The rivalry game is, and especially when it's, you know, towards the end of the conference season, there's a lot riding on it, and it's going to be a packed arena. But I think just kind of trying to treat it like any other game, you know, going through the scouting report, focusing on what we can do on the defensive end, doing what we do on the offensive end, and trusting kind of everything that we've done this season, all the work that we've already put in. To be honest, no, because Denver has the potential to all of a sudden start knocking down so many shots. They really score in bunches. They hit the 3 like no team I've seen before. So I think we kind of had to stay locked in the whole game.
From your perspective, what jumps out to you with this team?
I mean, they're a really well-rounded team. You can't really just focus on one person. They've got posts that are really strong this year that can step out and hit the 3. They've got obviously some really good guards. So just kind of a well-rounded offense. So it's not like we can just take away one weapon. We're going to have to be really balanced.
Well, certainly proud of our young ladies. I thought it was a very hard-fought battle. Denver is a very, very good team, and we saw that at their place. They can score it very, very efficiently, and they can score it in a lot of different ways, and they can certainly shoot it from deep and are one of the best teams in the country at doing that. So really proud of our effort, especially on the defensive end, to hold their offense down a little bit. And I just thought our urgency to finish plays was something that was really important in this game. Denver is one of the best three-point shooting teams that we talked about. They're also one of the best, the lead actually the Summit League in rebounding. So a very, very good win for us against a very good opponent.
Questions? I know you want to win every game, but you say you got to drop the vengeance tonight?
Well, I would say our players were a lot more aware, I think, in going into this game of of how quickly Denver can score, how efficiently they can score. And I think our awareness and our attentiveness to some of those details was better in this game.
Does it help having a game like this where you did lose them the first time? Does that help with what's going to happen on Sunday?
Well, I think the conference itself the Summit League is a very challenging conference to play in, and you know, every game that you play is going to be a battle, and so any kind of battle when you're able to come out on top, it feels good for a moment, and then you realize you've got another battle coming up. And so certainly Sunday is going to be a very good challenge and a very good battle. I think South Dakota State's playing at a very high level right now, and we're going to have to find ways to improve and get better.
Offensively, it seemed like you had trouble moving it inside at the start there, but the girls never really seemed to start settling for jump shots or anything like that.
Well, I thought Denver did a good job of really swarming our post action. We struggled to get it inside early. When we did get it inside, we were scored efficiently for a while. Then at times they really swarmed that kid and made it difficult for us. And I just think we've got the interesting part of, you know, we really did a great job. We scored it very efficiently in the third quarter, and we really did a great job of attacking inside and inside-out kind of action. And then in the fourth quarter, when we had a lead and we took a couple early shots and missed them, that allows Denver to kind of score quickly. And so what I think happened to in some extent is we're trying to move the ball, work the ball, and work the shot clock as much as possible, but that also slows you down and doesn't make you quite as efficient. I think that's what we saw in the fourth quarter.
Defensively, what did you guys change from the last time you played Denver to?
Well, I thought we were much more aware of how well they shoot it and got out to some kids. And still, you can't take everything away from them. And I thought we were aware of trying to get out and get some ball pressure. But at the same time, they still are able to space the floor and attack you and penetrate, kick it, or shoot behind some ball screens. But I just think our awareness of who they are and what they do is a little bit better this time around.
In an offensive-minded league like the Summit League is, how difficult is it to consistently play really solid defense like your team has over the extent of the season so far?
Well, when we started the Summit League action, I think it's a great question. The Summit League is a very difficult league to be a good defensive team in, because teams can really shoot it and they can space the floor with really 5 kids on any team that can really shoot from the arc and attack inside. And you know, when we started, the second game of the conference season was against Denver, and we gave up over 100 points. And since that time, and then we played South Dakota State, and we didn't do a very good job defending necessarily in that game. They scored efficiently as well, and we've gotten a little bit better since that time, but it certainly is a challenge because it's hard to do everything. It's hard to take everything away. You get out to arc shooters, they're able to get to the rim or get to the free throw line at that point in time. You know, I thought Denver really made a significant. They're really trying to attack us inside during stretches in the second half, third and fourth quarter, really trying to take advantage of throwing the ball inside, and they got a couple on us quickly because we were trying to get out to some shooters on the perimeter. So it's difficult in this league to take everything away.
With Chloe and Allison and also their early Monica really stepped up on the bench.
Second quarter, right? I thought Monica Arns really gave us some very, very important minutes in that second quarter. You know, she hit shots, and again, they're really trying to be attentive to take things away in the lane, and I thought she did a great job of spacing the floor and hitting some shots for us. But at the same time, she's also a very good defender for us and is a good one-on-one defender and is a good one-on-one defender and is able to take some charges off the ball as well. And I thought she really gave us a boost. I thought Liv Korngable gave us a really big boost in the minutes that she played as well during that stretch with those 2 guards in foul trouble.
How do you think the girls handled the physicality? It seemed like the refs were letting them play particularly inside of the
Well, I thought so. I think Denver is a team that usually averages about 12 offensive rebounds a game, and you know, I really thought that we battled, and it felt like we did a good job for the most part. It felt like they got more than 10, you know, but they did get 10 offensive rebounds against us. So I really thought that our players were doing the best that they could and trying to be physical enough to keep them off the glass. But sometimes when you're really physical and trying to keep them off the glass, you don't go get the ball yourself. And I thought we got beat to some of those scenarios, but it wasn't from a lack of effort. It was just things didn't quite go our way. And then I thought we made some adjustments and were able to go get the ball with 2 hands.
With South Dakota State, how do you go about approaching them defensively and defensively?
Well, certainly now we have to get recovered. That's probably the biggest thing that we have to do. I think what with the way the games are scheduled, we have one less day to recover, one less day to prep. So we've got to be very, very efficient in the things that we do. So the first thing we have to do is take care of our bodies and recover and get ready. And then we've got to look at, how I think they're a team that really is difficult to match up with because they've got five players that can shoot it. They've got 5 players that can post up. They can all attack the rim. And so it's a very difficult team to guard. I mean, they score it at almost like a 50% clip. They're one of the top teams in the nation in 2-point field goal percentage because they do a great job of getting the ball around the rim. And, I don't know that I'd have the answers to it at this point in time because very honestly we haven't had time to look at that because Denver is a difficult matchup for us. But just in watching how they've been scoring, they've been scoring very, very efficiently and holding teams down. So I think it's going to be a very big challenge and certainly it'll probably be a very good environment.